Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. It's still the 29th of August 2018. I was just watching Subtle Infinity's YouTube. He was, I think it was a few days ago, it was about Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's two of his interviews on the Joe Rogan Experience. It was interesting, I think it was number 1159 of Joe Rogan Experience. And I think it's the one where it's got the Christopher Columbus bit in it. So first of all, he was they were both ridiculing YouTubers and millennials believing, I think a small percentage of them believing in the flat earth theory. And then he, the only thing he said that I actually agreed upon was he ridiculed teaching, schooling, how it is that it should be you should be analysing things and your brain should be taught that way rather than just reading a book and passing an exam. Which I agree. That was actually one of the things I agreed with him. Yes, that I wish I'd been taught that way. I wouldn't have spent all these years believing all the stuff that I've believed all these years, because my brain would have already been at this stage now by analysing and questioning. Because he did make a fair point where he said about, it's, from his point of view, it's just as bad disbelieving the flat earth without any information as well as believing in the globe without any information. Just like if he says, oh, the earth is round, or what he says, oblique, spheroid, pear-shaped, then you just believe him. That's not the... It's not the sensible way. There should be some kind of research, analysing, thought process going into it. So I agreed with that as well. But it was interesting that he talked about small marble universe. How the universe used to be the size of small marble, and how difficult that would be to believe. And then he said something like along the lines of, but for this they have evidence, which is strong. And then he says scientific, theoretical, experimental underpinning. And it's interesting that he said, like, we've got strong evidence. It's not, you can't just have a theory without evidence, and it's scientifically theoretical. So it's theoretical. And I know scientists like to play this, redefining English and making out that theoretical doesn't mean the same thing as it does to everyone else. But you've got to remember, I'm just wondering, what experiments did they do to recreate the universe as a marble a million, or how many billion years ago they say it was, to then say, that experiment, that proves that the universe was the size of a marble and it expanded outwards. It's all belief in that sense. And then to top it off, he went on to saying that the in his view, the most single significant thing that happened to our species is Christopher Columbus coming to America. Well, that just says everything, Christopher Columbus, who came to America, and the indigenous people who were raped, slaughtered, poisoned, killed, their land was taken and it's now America. That's the most significant, important thing that's ever happened in our species. I mean, I'm just so shocked that he doesn't grasp the reality of that, and that he's just establishment. And it leads me on to our next thing about everything that we are taught. I was thinking about us when because I've got twins and they are just coming up to 1 soon, and they're learning everything from us. Some of the things, yes, they do know themselves, but they're learning from television, they're learning from us, they're learning from experience. So what I'm thinking of is, no matter where you plonk a baby in different countries, they will then be taught by that country. They will be patriotic to that country. They will believe the way that that country believes. You know, like say, if you want to, I don't know how true these things are, but let's say stereotypically, say the European version or American version of North Korea hating America. You know, you'd be, if you were born there, you'd do that. If you're Russia, you'd hate America. If you're American, you won't know any geography. If you're here, then you will hate, no, Afghanistan or wherever. You know what I'm trying to say. So all these things are taught, the way that your culture, the way that you communicate, the language that you use, your mannerisms. You know, like Latin Americans, they're very fiery. English people are very reserved or boring, or whatever you want to call them. All these different nuances and educations that we're picking up, all making us what we are. But remember, we were a blank canvas before. We soaked all this in to create this painting of our lives, of our existence. So how, it made me think the other day, how true are we? Or how, like there was a poem I wrote about who wrote my mind or something like that. And it made me think about, you know, all the things I've been taught has made me. How much of it is actually me and how much of it is, you know, like if there was two babies brought up exactly the same and had the exact same experience, because obviously we all have different experiences which shapes us in different ways, but our education is almost the same. But if they were exactly identical and exactly everything was exactly the same, would they then turn out exactly the same, or would there still be slight differences based on DNA and their parents and all that kind of stuff? But it just made me think about all the teaching, or even my very thought process has been taught to me how to think. It's just interesting. So just wonder how original we are. And now onto the last thing was, I was thinking about, you know, our whole existence, you know, our system, the way it is all about us working, making money, making things, keeping the cogs, the wheels turning. And I was thinking about, well, is this the reason for us living? Because that's what we all do, isn't it? We all have to work to survive, to live, to be able to do all the things that we want to do. But if we didn't do that, what would we do then if we weren't working? What would replace that? I was just wondering what, you know, would it be exploring? Would it be doing other things for each other? Would it be, it's just because most of our life is consumed with doing things for other people that we don't really want to do. So if we took that away, I wonder what we would replace it with. Maybe that's the reason why it never changes. Anyway, take care, take it easy. All the best and peace.